Hello there YouTube, it's your boy B3 back with another kicking action figure review. Today we're looking at another definitely Dinosaurs figure from Playskool, and it is Anatosaurus. Now, many of you might not have heard of Anatosaurus, and that is because it's not really a thing anymore. Anatosaurus is what we used to call Edmontosaurus annectens. Really just Edmontosaurus. Yeah, often called Anatosaurus, but it's Edmontosaurus annectens. Oops. This is from the Playskool Definitely Dinosaurs line, which is a line that was made for really young kids that need some durable toys. These toys are extremely durable. Extremely durable. I grew up playing with these. I grew up a little later. Mine were mostly like the Wendy's ones because my grandpa he collected fast food premium toys, and the ones that he got multiples of he would hand down to my brother and I. So I had a lot of the Wendy's ones, but I never had a big one like this. I didn't even know there were big ones like this until I got this and started researching the line a bit heavier. So even as a kid, I never knew that these toys came with a toy caveman and a book, an educational book on the dinosaur. Sadly, I don't have that for any of mine. I don't think the Wendy's ones came with those things, but these big ones definitely had it. This Anatosaurus definitely had those. It actually, along with the caveman, it had like a kind of a swing, like a vine swing that came around its neck, and it carried the caveman in it like a baby Bjorn, which is really funny. I mean, wow. Really, really funny. But this is cool. This was actually given to me for free by an eBayer. I bought a huge amount of dinosaur toys, vintage dinosaur toys, including a couple other Playskool Definitely Dinosaurs, Struthiomimus. And I also bought, what else did I get from him? A Velociraptor, Suchomimus from Safari Limited and stuff. And he sent me this big boy for free. Very cool of him. You see this big sauropod right here. That's how you can tell they're Playskool Definitely Dinosaurs. Yeah, he's pretty beat up. The legs are a little loose, like it kind of likes to flop when it stands a little. And I've heard that can be a problem with this figure specifically over time. But they hold up pretty well in other regards. Like some of this articulation is still really tight. This figure's from like, what, 1987? Something like that. Oh, there's his copyright info. Let's see. I'm going to have to bring that closer to my real face because I don't know things. 1987. Wow. That's what I call dinosaurs. Whoa. So yeah, this in many regards is actually the best one that I have so far. I kind of want all of them, but that would take up a lot of room. Some of them are very big. Articulation-wise, we have 360 on the tail, forward and back on the leggies. You also have forward and back on the arms, and that's actually a big deal because if you saw my other reviews of these Playskool figures, you know that when I move one arm, the other arm moved as well. For all my other ones, not for Edmontosaurus here. And also, head articulation, it can dip down. The others did not have any head articulation, so Anatosaurus is doing great in that regard. It does make this big ugly gap, but when this is, marketed to like kindergartners, are kindergartners going to care about that? No, in fact, they'll probably find a creative reason that it's there. Kids are smart as hell if you let them be. Yeah, the mouth has no detail or paint inside, which for an adult collector is probably a bummer. I don't think kids are really going to mind. You can see it's really worn around the mouth where kids are having it bite stuff. Very fun figure. It was really dusty when I got it. I had to dust it off. I was like, why do you send me a bunch of dusty figures? But it was free. I can't complain. I take it back. I'm sorry. It's so cool, though. Oh, man, it's a big old boy. So, now let's take our beautiful and incredibly kissable... Sorry. Incredibly kissable... Anatosaurus here and do some size comparisons, huh? First up, let's compare it with its own line. Definitely Dinosaurs. Here's the Definitely Dinosaurs. Dinochirus, not Dinochirus. No, Deinonychus, whatever. It's incredibly late, and I have had an incredibly long day. I'm just doing this because this is the only time I have to do it. They kiss, they're pals, they're buddies. You know the drill. Moving on to a different vintage style dino. Here we have the very cool, very ace, Wow Toys Museum Qualities Great Dino Parasaurolophus. This is a 10-inch figure, I assume from head to tail, because it really doesn't look 10 inches tall. Awesome. Next up, how about Schleich with the Schleich Giganotosaurus? Awesome. Another Schleich, the Eldrador Shadow Raptor. Very cool. How about from Papo? We got the Papo Juvenile Spinosaurus. Neat. We have the Happy Net Allosaurus. Cool, 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 cool. The Safari Limited Suchomimus 2005 version. This is actually one of the figures that this one came free with. Very cool. We have the Safari Limited Great Dinos Therizinosaurus. Now he looks much better with the Great Dinos line. That's cool. Now we're moving into... oh, almost sneezed there. Okay, we're moving into a cool prototype figure with this Megalosaurus from Creature Preachers. This is the mountain version prototype from Crystal Palace. The Crystal Palace. Very cool place. Love to go someday. Yoink. And we have the Hammond Collection Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom Concavinator. And last but not least, I do want to show a kaiju as always. So here is the NECA 2019 Godzilla. Really cool. Always gotta show a kaiju. Respect. Okay, awesome. So what are my final thoughts on the Anatosaurus figure from Playskool's Definitely Dinosaurs line? It's cool. They definitely put more work into these bigger dinos, more articulation by like a nice bit. It's the same amount of arm articulation technically, but you can move them independently of each other, plus a head joint added. That's really cool. You know, compared to the ones I have reviewed so far. I don't have the accessories. I don't really care to. Normally I'm like, I need the accessories for this figure, but for these guys, since I grew up without the accessories and got mine secondhand, and the Wendy's ones that didn't have any, my brain is like, I don't need them. I don't need the little book and the baby Bjorn that he wears a little caveman on. Now, if you grew up in the 80s, you might be more inclined for those, but I grew up in the 90s where I was getting these secondhand anyway, and I didn't have the cavemen, so. But it's really cool. If you want some cool vintage dinos from a line that I feel like a lot of collectors just don't collect, this is an interesting one. A lot of them are cool, bright, interesting colors like this sunset kind of orange. You know, I'm a sucker for sunset colored dinos. I really, really am. And I do love this. Orange on dinos is like my favorite. Really and truly. Plus, you know, it's a big figure that you can get for a very affordable price. I mean, I got mine for free. That's about as affordable as it gets, but it's really cool. And I think kids today, like small children, could still play with it and it would still hold up. These are tough toys. Tough toys. So that's it. Thank you all very much for your support. Remember to rate, comment, and subscribe. Check out all the cool links in the description below, Facebook, Twitter, etc. And I'll see you all next time. Bye for now.